Beleza, thank you very much for your time. I think before we talk about the rest of the DKMS Africa and its patients across South Africa, maybe just put us a bit in the know. What is the mandate of DKMS?
So our mandate is to help patients who have blood disorders to get a second chance at life. And we do this by getting them a stem cell transplantation.
Quite fortunate enough to see a lot of the communication around DKMS. How do you currently operate as an organization in the midst of the pandemic, the chaos the world is in? How we've, in many ways, that we've sidelined a lot of the other issues because we're so focused on COVID at the moment. How are you as an organization operating at the moment?
So you're definitely right. COVID has sidelined a lot of other important conversations around different kinds of illnesses that also need very urgent kind of reactions from the public. I would say, though, that we've been extremely fortunate in that we have gained a lot of support from South Africans and other people around the continent and around the world as well. We just ran a patient appeal for a 7-month-old baby, and we got 4,000 people ordering or registering on our website for that. And we've seen the same with some of our other patients as well. So it's been very difficult. It's forced us to be very creative in how we do our work, and it's forced us to also be very agile in how we carry out some of our tasks. But we've seen a great outpouring of support, a great outpouring of love for many of our campaigns. So we're really grateful for and to everyone and every organization and supporter who supported us to this point. So baby Karien was diagnosed with a blood disorder. She's only 7 months old, and she's in urgent need of a stem cell transplantation. Her mom found us on social media, and then kind of the process unfolded on our side, which was to try and have her typed. So we have to get a DNA typing so that we can check on our global registry if there is a match, and if there isn't a match in her family and in our global registry, then we need to go out and look for a match somewhere else. So that's how the relationship between us and her family started. She is still on the lookout for a match. We're liaising with the family. She's only 7 months. Kids are very brave. There is a word that people use for them which I've forgotten now. But we obviously wanted to get better because she should be playing, going to creche, spending time with her family. But she's unfortunately needing blood transfusions, and we wanted to get better, and her parents also wanted to get better, and so do the 4,000 odd people who registered on her behalf and for her, and many other patients also want for her.
Such a critical point, Beleza. The other thing that baby Karien's story highlights to, obviously you use the word brave, and there's such a big mission on DKMS Africa's side to get her to just be a normal child. Gets people to start asking, what about my child? How do I see the early warning symptoms? What do I have to look out for, right?
So there's a wonderful organization called CHOC that helps children who have cancers and blood disorders as well. And they have a tool called the Siluan method, which helps parents to identify, parents, healthcare workers, and anyone really who deals with people in the healthcare space, to identify symptoms of cancers. And some of the areas that they speak to are as a symptom that children or adults or babies even will very often have very white palms, right? So the palm on the hand just goes extremely white. In other cases, there's bleeding, and the bleeding doesn't stop because the blood is not clotting. And this is all very random. So it's just kind of, they didn't fall, they didn't hurt themselves, they just started bleeding. And then another symptom is that there'll be a growth in the pelvic area. Also points to something wrong, and maybe cancerous. Another one could be that a child specifically may have bruising in areas that a child doesn't usually have bruising in. So you may notice maybe that they're bruised on their back, and they didn't play roughly, so you don't, kind of random that they're bruised. So these symptoms have prompted some parents to go to a healthcare specialist to find out if this was linked to anything, because it was completely out of the ordinary. So these are some of the symptoms that parents should be on the lookout for.
And finally, Peleza, if parents want to find out more, if individuals would like to register on your registry, where can they go?
Okay, so to register on our registry, you can go to dkmsafrica.org. You can also give us a ring on 0800 12 10 82. If you have any questions, if you would like to find out or to clear anything, please feel free to call us. You can also catch us on our social media, on all social media platforms. Send us a DM. You can, put anything on our wall and ask us a question. But these are all platforms and avenues that are available for people to register.